Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Reeds drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
It's a new day, it is a new dawn, and you know how I feel. Feeling glorious today. Cyberfrog wrecked planet, over $360,000. I think over 3,000 backers, all in the first day. They said it couldn't be done, was never going to be repeated. On track to match Blood Honey with, I think it had 500,000 with 8,000 or so backers, with months left to go in this campaign. Sorry, I just got a phone call mid-video. Where was I? What was I saying? We're winning! We're winning! Well, Ethan Van Sciver's really winning, but Comicsgate is winning. This new system of crowdfunding comic books is winning. Do you remember what they said when Jawbreakers was a huge success? Yeah, it's good, but this is not... You can't replicate this. This is never going to happen again. It's not sustainable. People talking like that, they have their head stuck in the old way of doing things. So what did comic books start as? They were, you know, that was the offcuts of paper, and they just thought, what are we going to do with this paper? Well, we'll just print these cheap things, we'll pump them out, and that's how the whole thing got started. And the system of putting out monthly floppies and selling them for a cheap price, that only works if you're selling huge volume, because that is an enormous amount of work and talent that goes into making the art for a comic book. This is before even the writing, you know, just the sheer art. You'll pay an artist, you go to Twitter or Instagram and commission an artist. You're paying, imagine you wanted to pay a full page, multiple panels of, you know, full-bodied figures in costumes, doing all... This would cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get one page of art. So for you to buy a comic book for a few bucks and get 22 pages of art is the only way that can be sustainable is if you're doing huge numbers. And if you're not doing huge numbers, you're on borrowed time. The system is going to have to change with the times. And you know, places like, if you ever travel to France, they have stores with higher price, higher quality graphic novels that come out once or twice a year, and their industry is going really well. And I just think that is more the direction that it's going to be in the future. And, you know, crowdfunding just slots right in there. Just really high quality books coming out once or twice a year, and you know, you will support the creators that you follow on social media, on YouTube or Twitter, and the ones you like the best and the work you like the best. So for all the naysayers and the haters saying this is unsustainable, this is never going to work, I think they've really got it completely backwards. I think floppies in local comic shops are the things that are going to be more and more less. That doesn't make any sense. They're going to become less and less sustainable as things change, as it becomes. I mean, this is a new world. Forget what's happening with the zombie apocalypse, that's the whole thing unto itself. It's a new world post-launch of Rekt Planet. That just proved that if you do it right, you listen to your backers, you listen to what people are saying, the ones who are actually buying it and supporting you, and you take on their criticisms and you improve on the next campaign, you will be rewarded. And you will be able to sustain yourself with this business model to varying degrees, depending on how famous you are and how good your product is. But I'm just really excited for the future of comic books now in a way that I haven't been in a long time. You know, there's so many awesome new projects coming along. I've really lost all interest in anything coming out of Marvel or DC. I just want to know what the coolest new IP is going to be from a guy like me, a guy who, you know, has a dream and a drive to create something really special. Have you seen Replicator? Have you seen Death Sworn? Have you read Jawbreakers? This is the kind of thing that I'm interested in right now, really interested in, and I just can't wait to see what comes out next from the independent scene and from Comicsgate in particular, because that's where almost all of this energy and focus and drive and excitement is lasered in on right now. It's just such an exciting time to be part of all that. Every day I'm subscribing to new YouTube channels, finding new people out there doing great stuff, whatever content they're creating. But even if you're not Comicsgate as well, there's so many good projects out there. I'm not really one of those CG only guys. You know, as long as you're passionate about creating the best work that you can create, and you're hunting for your audience, you're treating your customers with respect, that's really all I ask for. As long as you're not trying to kind of cynically use comic books as a sort of ironic throwback, just so you can peddle your agenda or your religion or ideology or whatever, or your politics, then yeah, I'm all on board with what you're doing. I don't need you to say you're Comicsgate. I don't expect you to. I'll be super happy if you do, but it's no big deal if you don't. That's sort of where I stand on that. But yeah, like I said, Comicsgate right now is where sort of all of my attention is focused, just because there's just so many amazing things happening. And I think there was a Clint Stoker, I don't know if you're subscribed to his channel. It's called Sweetcast. You definitely should. He's a great channel. He talks about all kinds of things to do with the comic books, especially independent comic books, and he's a really level-headed guy. You'll get a good sort of objective opinion from him on all kinds of topics. He put out a video today talking about a response to Gail Simone's what I guess it's she's offering an olive branch to Comicsgaters, because she's running some learn how to make a comic thing on Twitter. She's started up a YouTube. Obviously she's seeing the way the wind is blowing and realizing she has to kind of move with the times. But I mean, I'm blocked by her. I'm sure there's however many thousands of people are blocked by her. She's kind of burnt a lot of bridges along the way, so I don't really know what she can do at this point to win back people like me. If you go back and look at some of the things she's said, it's not the kind of thing I want to support. And also, if you look at the kind of content she's producing now, it's not my cup of tea at all. But Clint asked everyone in his video, what do you think? Are you ready to forgive and forget, or move on, or bury the hatchet, or whatever? And like I said, I don't need people to call themselves Comicsgate to associate with them. I will associate with you, of course, if you're not Comicsgate. But at the same time, it means something to have come out and declared yourself as Comicsgate between the years of 2017 and say 2019. It means something. It says something about your character. It says something about your values, and I think that's going to be, really worth something going forward, especially now after this huge successful campaign of Rekt Planet. I think we're gonna see it's gonna mean less and less moving forward for new people to come out and say they're Comicsgate. It's less of a risk, it's less of a taboo, so it's gonna start meaning less and less. It's still gonna be a good thing in my opinion, but it's not gonna mean the same thing to say you're Comicsgate in 2021 as it did in 2017. So in that sense, I totally understand the people who say they only support Comicsgate books and they're only interested in promoting people who have flown the banner, so to speak, over the last couple of years. As for Gail Simone, there's just... look at what's happening out there. Go onto Indiegogo, go onto Twitter, go onto YouTube. Just see the sheer amount of amazing projects coming out from people who were there, standing tall, standing proud, during all of the, during the height of the storm, the height of the smears, the height of the campaign against those of us who all we ever wanted was good customer service, no propaganda disguised as comic books. There's so many amazing projects out there, too many to buy really for everyone. The amount of energy, time, thought and support I could have for someone like Gail Simone, who spent those last 2 years either hating on, screeching against or blocking those people and me. The amount of time, effort and support I have for someone like that is so infinitesimal that it couldn't even be measured by any scale known to man. I'm not going to wish her, I'm not going to wish her well, I'm not going to wish her anything bad, I'm not going to stand in her way, but as far as, my money and patronage is concerned, she can just forget it. And all of her cohorts can forget it. We've moved on. We're on to bigger and better things. Sorry you missed the boat. We tried to tell you, you didn't listen. I'm just in such a positive mood here that I'm looking at that stuff and it's not even fazing me. Upwards and onwards, bigger and better things on the horizon. It's a great time to be out there making and buying independent comic books, and I can't wait to see what comes next. This video has been a total rant, total stream of consciousness, but whatever. It is what it is. Like and subscribe. Sign up to the Lucent mailing list. You'll get an exclusive postcard if you go on to back the book. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again next time. Cheers, bye. Hi, I'm Michael Bancroft, writer and artist of The Lucent. Going on 5 years now, I've been passionately working on my magnum opus, a fantasy graphic novel that blurs the line between dreams and reality. My first book in the series, Waking Dream, introduces readers to the mysterious world of The Lucent.
A place that on the surface looks not too dissimilar from the world you know, but where nothing is quite as it seems. It's a place where powerful enemies hide in plain sight, fighting ancient battles for control of the future. Here we meet Ella Forsyth, a young woman who by all accounts appears to be living a low-key life. But in her dreams she's hiding a secret with the power to turn everything we know upside down. Sign up now to be notified by email when this campaign goes live, and you'll receive an exclusive postcard if you go on to back the book. For regular updates, follow me on Twitter at @TheLucentComic. Together, we can create something that's truly memorable. See you at launch.